Hi, this is Bill, and on this demo tutorial, I'll talk about ServiceNow integrations and how integrations actually work in the ServiceNow platform. I've created this tutorial for ServiceNow developers who are new to integrations, admins who can configure REST messages but don't fully understand the architecture, and architects who need to explain integration design decisions to security, risk, or business teams. By the end of this video, you'll be able to explain how integrations are structured inside ServiceNow, the difference between inbound and outbound integrations in practice, why authentication, logging, and error handling matter more than the API call itself, how to think about integration as platform capabilities, not just scripts. And if this kind of deep practical explanation helps you consider subscribing and joining as a member, membership directly supports these long form free tutorials and gives you access to deeper architectural content. Now let us start on the famous ones that we call web services. And as we navigate under web services module inside ServiceNow, you will have the SOAP and the REST message. And let us drill down to the REST message and drill down to one of the examples, which is integration with Yahoo Finance. Eventually, you will see the structure of a REST message. You will need first an endpoint. And on that endpoint, depending of your purpose, you will see at the bottom that this is a HTTP GET. So meaning you are trying to retrieve information, data, or a collection of data from the source to your destination. And you will see here that doesn't have authentication. And this may be a question to you, why there is no authentication, and it will be able to receive information from the source, which is Yahoo Finance. So in response to that, security is by design. And at this stage, Yahoo has provided this information for free, that you can get information without the security parameters. And if you would like to limit the information from the source to the destination, and of course, that is where you're going to apply a role-based authentication, and it will also be implemented by design. Now, I'd like to explain to you, you have the source from the right, which is in the example, which is Yahoo, and you have the destination, which is ServiceNow. And as you receive it, before you receive it, you will have a HTTP request. And once you do a request, the Yahoo endpoint, which is this one, will now respond to your request with a response. And this can be a HTTP 200, which means you are successful. And I like to emphasize that there is no one structure for an endpoint for a HTTP request and a HTTP response. This is something which is not guesswork. And to be able to have a successful request and a response, you will need to be familiar on how the endpoint is basically designed, and which is this one here as an example. So basically the structure of your HTTP request, you can be sending one parameter, two parameters, or no parameter at all. And the response will basically depend also of what you're trying to receive. So you could be requesting for a single record, multiple records with 3 columns as a good example. So ServiceNow already has provided us the parameters to be able to do a request and a response depending on how the endpoint is basically designed. And in this example, we're doing a get. So we can be basically doing a put or an update to a third-party application, or we could be doing an insert, which is a post to the third-party application. But by cycle, it all starts with a request and returning with a response. Now let us move to the next example of integration, which is the SOAP message. So the main difference, you may be asking, why is there HTTP REST message and SOAP message, and what are the main difference? So these two is an integration architecture, and also a protocol, meaning they actually work on different structures and also communication channel. And as we drill down to one of the examples of a SOAP message, it is structured in a function, an action, and also an envelope. And as you drill down to one of the records, that it is using a SOAP envelope to be able to send and also receive information. And that is where CRUD operations will come in, similar to the REST message, where you're trying to create, read, or update or delete a specific record or records. So now you may have a question, what sort of integration that you'll be using is either SOAP or REST message? And my response to that is in terms of universality, REST is more common used in one of the famous ones because it has more documentation available for you for your consumption. And it is also most widely used by applications to integrate to their database, which makes REST message a preferable way of integrating to third-party applications. And if you find this video tutorial useful, I'd like you to join as a member and consider subscribing to support free tutorials like this and have early access to my videos. Now let us move forward to Flow Designer and let us type in the search and type in Flow Designer. So this is one of the preferred approaches because you don't need to code since ServiceNow has already invested on third-party integrations using Workflow Data Fabric. So meaning you just need to pass the out-of-the-box parameters, implement the necessary access to allow you to integrate to third-party applications. Now let us move back and ensure that we are under global. And let us do a refresh that we fall in the right scope. So let's type this as API integrations example, and let's build the flow. And if you would like to have full tutorial on how to create workflows using Flow Designer, you will find it at the end of the screen. Now, as the Flow Designer loads, so how it works, you have the platform, and Flow Designer is part of the platform as one of the platform features. And you can basically integrate to multiple applications. You can be integrating to an SAP system, Microsoft as an example, Adobe, and so on. So now having said that, Flow Designer allows you to integrate out of the box with a no-code approach. But the principle is the same, where you do a request from the source, which is ServiceNow, and to the destination, which is one of these applications, as an example, and it will do a respond. And now as we navigate to the actions menu, you will see, as I scroll down, you will be able to connect to different types of spokes. And eventually, I haven't installed any, and these are one of the few examples that you can basically integrate with ServiceNow. And if you would like to have a full picture of what Integration Hub can basically connect, you can go to the documentation and type in Integration Hub spokes. And from here, you will be able to witness what are the different type of integrations that you can do out of the box in ServiceNow. So let us drill down to one of the spokes, and you will see what you need to install and what are the different use cases that you can basically utilize out of the box. Now, this integration hub, you can integrate to multiple steps of actions inside ServiceNow. So you could be posting a record or triggering a restart of a server, and most likely you are gathering information for review and approval using Flow Designer, which makes it so powerful because you can integrate the actions in a single user experience. And one of the common examples that you can utilize is sending incidents to an external vendor or creating tickets in another item or pushing assets or user data to a third-party system. And I have created a step-by-step tutorial in a full playlist that you'll find at the end of the screen that provides you a full picture of an authentication method, which is security, how you pass a payload structure and versioning, giving you a retry and timeout behavior, and what happens when the external system is down. So in this full playlist that I have created will give you full knowledge about REST messages, scripted REST APIs, and also integration hub and spokes in much more detail. If this explanation is helping you understand how the platform actually behaves, make sure you're subscribed. And if you want to support more content like this and get access to deeper architecture discussions, consider joining as a channel member. And I'd like you to learn one of the misconceptions or real implementations on integrations with third-party tools. Always consider what's already out of the box inside ServiceNow because it reduces technical debt. And Flow Designer Integration Hub gives you the ability to integrate in a short period of time with less effort, with structured security, and use cases available for you to utilize straight away. And as a rule of thumb, I fully recommend that you only script and use REST message and outbound messages and creating a scripted REST API only if the integration is not out of the box, because you have to maintain it. You have to ensure maintainability and scalability and also security. And if you have not done enterprise applications before, then this could be catastrophic in your side because you need to build trust between systems, implement auditability for compliance, and reliability for business workflows, and also the long-term platform health. But if you are brave enough to basically move forward, you can watch my software architecture course and ServiceNow development scripting, which you'll find at the end of the screen. And to give you more picture, ServiceNow integrations are about architecture, governance, and operational control, not just APIs. When you design them correctly, ServiceNow becomes a reliable system of record. When you don't, it becomes a single point of failure and a fragile data hub. If you want more deep dive tutorials like this, subscribe to the channel and join as a member to support for free and long form content. Watch the full integration playlist link at the end of the screen. And my question to you, how are you currently handling integrations in your ServiceNow environment? Are they script driven, integration hub based, or externally managed? Drop your comments of your experience below, and that's where the best learning happens.